What's happening, people? This is Avidan, and welcome to the 32nd episode of the Avidan Direct Chillcast. Today, we have a new guest with us, and we're going to talk about a few things, a few funny things, and some fun things. But we have a new guest that we're going to have to introduce first. Sorry we're a little late, so we're going to get right into it. Thank you, the Game Looters. It's the first... Wait, what happened? Oh, I know. Oh, I hear an echo. I heard an echo in the background. That was my fault, guys. Technical difficulties. I heard an echo. My bad. Okay, so we have the Game Looters. Go ahead, guys. Introduce yourself. Shout out your channel, and let them know what you guys do, man.
Absolutely. So we're the Game Looters. I'm Dom from the Game Looters.
I'm also Dom from the Game Looters.
It's super confusing, but we are a gaming channel we are the variety streamers of the greatest sort. We do news, reviews, podcasts, and tons of other stuff on our YouTube channel, at the Game Looters, on our Twitch, Mixer, basically every freaking platform across the sun. And we appreciate you having us on today to talk about games.
Thank you, sir.
Nice. I heard Mixer is really good. I haven't gotten to use Mixer, but I heard it has the best when it comes to like talking to the people who are watching you. It's the best with low latency.
Yeah, it's been super interesting kind of transitioning a little bit as we did Twitch for so long and the growth was kind of just super stagnant there, and we had people coming few and far in between, but then we kind of went into Mixer. It just like blew up. Like there's a community, there's people chatting, there's different ways to support streamers.
Yeah.
We're still kind of getting our groove, but it's pretty cool so far.
We got people making hot mails just to follow.
Nice, nice. What up, Jake? What up, Big Evil Gaming? Thank you guys for coming through. Really appreciate it. Well, all right then. Well, next up. Oh, before I go on, what games have you guys been playing this week?
So over here we have been playing. Obviously, I'm super addicted to Pokemon, so I've been playing just a ton of Pokemon Let's Go.
Nice.
What else have we been playing?
I've been trying to get to 3 million GSP and Smash, and then
Same here.
Going back to Overwatch.
Same here.
Yeah. And then recently I jumped back into Sea of Thieves. I dusted Sea of Thieves off. I was like, let me give this another chance. And the other day I went in for about 2 hours and had a great time with Sea of Thieves. So probably gonna be playing that a lot more going forward.
Okay, cool. All right, next up we got Rax the Great One. How you doing, man?
What up? Thank you for having me on the cast that I'm always on. I appreciate it.
I mean, you are a member of the Chill Squad.
Yeah.
So, but what's going on, man? How you been? How's your week, man?
Week's been pretty good. Can't complain. Been in a good mood. Been drinking a lot of water, so I look extra.
Actually, we did do the same thing. So I guess we're on the same tip. But I saw you've been playing New Mario U. How was the game?
Yeah, I mean, dude, when it comes to that game, everybody knows how it is. It's the game that was on the Wii U. It's the game that was on the Wii. It's essentially the same thing, just new levels, and I don't see why people are getting kind of bent out of shape about it. Why is this game ported over? Yada yada. I mean, I love that game. Like, classic Mario is what I grew up with, so I don't like to single out one style of Mario. So, I love the 3D Marios. I love the classic 2D Marios. It's awesome that I can take it with me on the go. If I want to pop it up right now and play it while we chat on the Chillcast, I can do that. I just like having that game. It's fun to me. It's bite-sized fun. That's what I like to call those games. So,
Bite-sized fun.
Yep. You can pick it up and play it in little bite-sized portions, man.
Yep.
Nice.
It's like a palate cleanser, You play that in between some things, you know what to expect. Some levels are good, some levels are trash.
Right.
Some levels are
I
annoying.
think what, man, that's the kind of game too that because it has been ported, I feel more compelled to play it in a completionist way. Cause I just rushed through that game the first time I played it just to get to the end, but now I kind of want to play each level and try to find everything.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. I love that game. I can't hate on it.
I haven't got it. I don't know if I'm ever gonna buy it with the amount of games that are coming out between just now and March. You got Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out at the end of the month. You got Jump Force coming out next month. You got this Power Rangers game coming out in April. There's so many games that are coming out. I don't even know if I'm gonna get it. And then for some people who are into this game, I've never been a Resident Evil fan. We got Resident Evil coming out real soon.
Yes.
So there are so many games coming out. I just don't know if that room's going to have that much room. And Mortal Kombat 11 is also coming out soon as well. So there's a lot of games. Go ahead.
The other thing too, I think that Mario game though is good to add to the collection because it's a good family game, and if you have like a spouse, a friend, a kid, like it's so much fun to play with others. So just as a collectionist person, like that's something I might not get like now, but in like a month or two, it's gonna be added to the collection and like dust it off in like 6 months or something. Like when we get like that downpour of like nothing.
I feel you. It's like the one family game I'm looking to get and I'm saving my money for is Yoshi. I'm gonna get that new Yoshi game. That's gonna be the game I'm gonna play with my son a lot because that game looks a lot of fun. So I'm making sure I get that game, and who knows. If he behaves, I might stream with him. So we'll see we'll see we'll see how that goes. But you're a player too. First of all, I like your shirt, and you're gonna like my video on Sunday.
I will be looking forward to it. That's excellent.
So that's all I'm gonna say. It's something about the N64 on Sunday.
You keep your secrets out.
How you been, man? What's been going on with you? How's everything going with the channel? What you got coming up, and what you been playing this week?
So everything with the channel's going really well. I feel like I've been kind of getting back into my groove this year. Whereas the holidays, again, I keep saying this just crushed me at the end of 2018. But now that that's all over, I feel like I've gotten kind of back on pace, which is great with more Wednesday content that I normally put out. But just put out a review of the Osmo Pocket, which is a stellar sort of kind of a handheld candy bar sized 4K camera with a gimbal. Can let you get motion lap shots, without having a giant tripod. So it's an incredible piece of hardware. And then as far as stuff I've been playing this week, new Mario Brothers U Deluxe. I've been playing that a little bit, kind of like a palate cleanser, I guess, sort of like Rex said. I started Red Dead Online finally. I'm trying to get my dad to finally get rid, stop playing Fallout 76 because it's a wasteland, not in the way that it should be. And then other than that, I'm super excited this week, and kind of shifting away from games for just 1 second. The Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, incredible. I cannot wait for the movie. And two, this will drive my gaming next week, because I'm absolutely going to dive back into this, because we're getting a new Ghostbusters movie that is a true sequel to 2. And since that's my favorite movie of all time, I'm totally going to play this again.
Dude, so, I don't mean to keep us derailed, but the fact that it's taking place in Europe and they have Mysterio, and Mysterio actually looks really good. I really want to see that. I'm actually seeing the new Dragon Ball Z movie tomorrow. Dragon Ball Super movie tomorrow.
I want to watch the DBZ again, but I don't know where to start. Everyone's talking about it. I'm just like, that's cool. I think I'm going to do Dragon Ball Super somewhere. Probably not allowed to wear.
Yo, so Avidan, let me ask you this. So
what's up?
I think I'm like at episode 80 on Super. Watch the Broly movie now? Wait till later? Is it going to get spoiled? Or what do you think?
I would say the Broly movies, since the movies themselves are somewhat of their own entity, you're episode 80, you're in the Tournament of Power right now, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so with the Tournament of Power, it's not gonna really spoil too much, especially if you watch this Broly movie. It's just gonna be something extra added on. You'll just probably miss maybe one event that happened in between that, but it's not gonna be significant for you to watch the movie. And I'm actually gonna do a review about that movie tomorrow when I get home, just straight out. So I'm gonna have a busy weekend. I'm not usually this busy on weekends, but it's gonna be a busy weekend. But we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the first topic, which to me was, I kind of feel I don't know if I should feel bad for this company, because it's like you you see like a company just beat themselves down over and over again. It's almost like, how can we help you stop beating yourself down? So EA basically said they canceled the open world Star Wars game but in the same token, they're saying that we're committed to making more Star Wars games. So you had blunders with Battlefield 1 and 2, and you canceled probably one of the best ideas ever for a Star Wars game. And now you're saying we're committing to making and finishing Star Wars games. With all of this, can EA actually gain the trust back of their fans, of the consumer? So who wants to take? Josh, I want because I like your business takes. I want to hear your take on this.
So, all right, like any piece of video game news is going to get dissected to death, and one of the things that I like to do whenever I hear about something like this is see if I can arrive at a deeper conclusion for what drove that from a business standpoint. And one of the things I found out in the course of researching this topic, because I wasn't overly familiar, I'd heard about it getting canceled, so I tried to read into it a little bit more. Because you're right, like, first off, I think a lot of people just don't have faith in EA, period. It's not like EA has the greatest reputation of all the video game publishers out there, I think we can agree. But then the fact that they're handling one of the most beloved properties that is owned by Disney, you know, one of the things that I considered was, I was like, did they cancel this because, you know, the Mouse House told them to cancel it because they had a different vision for the future of the Star Wars brand, which I wouldn't put too far outside the realm of possibility given the lukewarm reception to Solo, right? Because all of these things kind of tie together, I would have to assume. But then again, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the rationale was behind canceling. I heard that originally it was supposed to be a different type of game entirely. It was supposed to be like a linear sort of Uncharted type experience. And then they sort of were like, no, we're going to make it like this open world kind of game. But, you know, I'm not really sure what the rationale was for canceling it. But what I do know is that we can't expect it to go away anytime soon. Because I think when EA announced that deal with Disney, they said it was for at least 10 years, and that was in 2013. So we got at least, what, 4 more years that we know of that EA is going to be working on Disney, or, well, on Star Wars Disney property that is Star Wars. So I don't know, man. I don't know what the reason would have been for the cancellation. Like, maybe they just thought it wouldn't be financially viable. Because if there's anything we know about EA, if it's not driving profit, I would say they are far less inclined to make it. I would not call them a fan-centric publisher.
You said a mouthful.
Sorry.
And nah, you actually gave a perspective that I wasn't considering. I wasn't considering that Disney would tell them to pull the plug on that, and
yeah,
that's something.
Just a shot in the dark. I have no idea.
But you know what? You're exactly right, because it's something that made me think. It's like if Disney didn't tell them to pull the plug, then would Disney drop them for too many failed projects? You know, if they're not delivering.
Yeah, and we've seen Disney kind of do this before, right? Like, they were real hyped on Disney Infinity, and then out of nowhere after 3.0, they were just like, nope, we're done, and they were just, you know. We know it's not beyond Disney to just be like, you know what, this isn't working, let's just kill it instantly. Like, they are not afraid to do that. Just
choke death. Choke them to death. Suffocate them. I get you.
Yeah.
So
I think a question I have is, like, is there some kind of clause in that contract to where Disney can get out early because the track record with EA is just so garbage? Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
That's definitely in the realms of the possibility, because none of us, anything we say here is speculation. We don't know the terms and the agreements of that contract, so we have no idea what EA and Disney signed up to do. But one thing I can say is EA, with a Star Wars franchise, at the end of the day, EA is going to be leaving this deal with the shorter hand. Disney's going to be okay no matter what. They release all these blockbuster Marvel movies, these blockbuster Star Wars movies. Disney's gonna be okay. Disney got Kingdom Hearts coming out later on this year. Disney's gonna be okay. EA, on the other hand, when this contract is done, I'm wondering what are they gonna have left outside of this project, because outside of these Star Wars games, what has really garnished them to have attention for people to look at them? And right now they're having bad attention. It's not 2005 anymore, where bad attention still equals, well, bad promo still equals good promo. That's dead in 2018. So my question to, even to the people in the chat, what can EA do to come back from this?
Dude, what I'd like to see him do is just come up with some more original IPs again, because, like, I remember being so excited when they did the Mirror's Edge and Dead Space thing. Like, I would love to see them take a few more chances with something new, but I don't know. I feel like that was like a rare bright spot in EA's history for me.
Okay.
I think the other problem too is like messaging, right? Is like with EA, you know, where's their messaging at? Like with this, it just sends out that perception of just, you know, we will just kind of cut the cord on anything at any time if it's not profitable. But where's the true messaging to the fans to kind of try and gain them back to this cancellation? You know, where's the gaming turn pivot? Where is that at? That's kind of the crazy thing I think about.
If anything, I would say it looks like, hey, this is just from me working from different companies, me just learning my own business. It's a change of management is needed. You know, management is just not getting the job done, and they need a change of management. It's let me give you guys an example. When Nintendo changed their president, you know, for obvious reasons, for unfortunate reasons. But when Nintendo changed hands and we had Kimishima running Nintendo for a while, Nintendo did a huge 180, like a serious huge 180 in terms of just in terms of, you know, the innovation of the Switch, but in terms of their aggressive marketing. You have not seen Nintendo aggressively market the way they did in the pre-gaming of the Switch until even post the Switch. Nintendo has marketed better than anything. In fact, Josh, if I recall, you pointed out that ad that they did with Smash Brothers. It's their
It's a brilliant guerrilla move.
Their marketing has tripled from the campaign that they had with the Wii U. So, just looking from that standpoint, I would say they need to change management. They need to change who's running everything, and they need to give someone with a new vision for the company to stir the company into a new direction. Rax, you have anything to add? Rax is like, I got it.
Not really. You know, Disney is we're still talking about Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, in terms of all the movies and everything like that, I feel like even Star Wars, like diehard Star Wars fans, aren't even happy with what they're doing with that franchise at all. You know, they not only canceled this game, but they also canceled the standalone Boba Fett movie. You know, they've kind of, you know, I don't know, man. They went into this whole direction where they were, oh, we want to put out a new Star Wars movie every year, like it's Call of Duty, and I don't know what to think about what Disney or EA is doing right now.
KAG said maybe they should give it to Activision. I think that would be worse.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was
I'm pretty sure that would be worse. Good job. But okay. But yeah, I'm looking in the chat. I'm just gonna read off some of the chat in, so I started responding to some of them. Ed Norton was asking, you think Ubisoft might pick up Battlefront or Bungie? And I'm like, those aren't too many bad ideas when it comes to that. But Bungie right now, I think they got their hands full with trying to get themselves, you know, more situated. But Ubisoft may be a better idea for that. Yeah, you want to add?
I'll be totally honest with you, man. I'd be happy to see the team that worked on Spider-Man work on a Star Wars game.
Insomniac?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll be happy to see that too. I'll be real happy to see that. That's actually a really good idea. That should be pitched. Not another game collector said.
I need them working on Spider-Man too.
Yeah.
Oh, Miles Morales.
Not another game collector says EA needs to make a new Burnout game. I agree with that. FIFA will always sell, as sad as it is, sadly. Chips and Sticks, what up, dude, says not make another Star Wars game and let another publisher and developer take over. Okay. L Gamer Latino says Disney and EA are money traps with those loot boxes. Look what happened to the Darth Vader fan film they tried to make and try to take all the money from this guy creation just for the money. Lucasfilm had to step in. Okay. So we're pretty much on the same. Everyone's pretty much on the same boat of EA, get off Star Wars. That's
Yeah.
pretty much everyone here is in agreement that EA needs to stop making Star Wars games. And I agree. They had 3 failed experiments, and even though Battlefront in terms of sales did decent, it's more chalked up to Star Wars fandom than people who actually wanted to enjoy the game.
So here's the thing. All right, so I have both Battlefront games that EA just recently put out in the last few years or whatever, and in all honesty, the game. All right, so the first one just lacked content. Right.
Yeah.
So, but in terms of gameplay, in terms of just overall look and feel of Star Wars, I felt like it was a good game. When I got Battlefront 2, I think that the whole loot box thing turned people off so much so that they didn't even give like the single player campaign a shot or like play the game at all. And in all honesty, the game's a lot of fun. I think that the greediness of EA ruined that game. Not so much the game itself, because the game is not a bad game. It's far from a bad game. The campaign was fun. The multiplayer is fun. It's just it had a lot of controversy surrounding it, and I think that turned people off just from the simple fact that like it was the breaking point of when people were like, yo, we're done with these loot box things. Like when you're putting loot boxes in to actually like affect the multiplayer gameplay, that's it. Like, you know, it's one thing if it's cosmetic and it's, you know, a whole other thing if it is something that gives you an advantage over other people. Like that's mobile game crap. Like you pay to win, that's mobile game crap.
Yeah.
You know, it's unfortunate because, you know, I was really excited for Battlefront 2. I wanted a lot of my friends to play that with me online and everything. And the big battles are fun. The weapons feel good. But like I said, man, like their business model itself is what ruined that game, not so much the game itself. Because like they've proven that the game, you know, they can make a solid game. You know, it's just their business practices are what ruin it.
They're shaky. Yeah.
And I agree with Rax completely when it comes to the first game. I actually didn't even purchase the second one because of the bad taste that the first one left in my mouth. When I was playing the first one, it was a great game. It was beautiful. I really enjoyed the actual like heroes on heroes aspect of it. And when they added content and they made that you had to pay for those heroes who were way more overpowered than the others, I kind of stopped playing because I consider myself like the frugal gamer. Like I buy a couple games a year. I can't be spending so much money on just adding a new character to make me way more overpowered than the people I'm playing against. And that's kind of why I fell off of that as well.
That's actually really fair. Bad Latency said Disney should just make the franchise non-exclusively licensed and license out the IP to several different developers to make games.
Yeah. That's what LucasArts did back in the day. We had like all kinds of developers with the IP all over the place.
True.
During like, the Knights of the Old Republic days and stuff.
I was just about to say that game. You just took the words right out of my mouth. I was just thinking about Knights of the Old Republic. I was like, yeah, and you just said it. Okay, so we're on the same page because that was actually, to this day, that's still one of my favorite Star Wars video games. And which one came out first? Did Fable come out first or Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic came out first?
I think that's the Old Republic game.
Nice, because I was going to say that. Thank you. I wanted to make sure I was right with saying that because
well, let me check.
It's been a long time, so I didn't want to say something incorrect. But as I remember Knights of the Old Republic, I wanted to say it was like that game that inspired games like Fable and so on, and inspired going the darker or the lighter side of the things even more. It revolutionized even more. That's why I love that game so much.
Yeah, KOTOR was 2003, Fable was 2004.
Yeah, so. Go ahead.
Yeah, and if we even think about that time frame too, you had what, like The Last Jedi, you had Bounty Hunter, you had KOTOR, you had Rogue Squadron. I mean,
yeah.
Republic Commando too, wasn't it? Around that time?
Yeah.
Yep.
You had all these different cool Star Wars games that came out because each publisher kind of had their go at it. Now, were all of them great? No, but at least different publishers were making Star Wars games.
Man.
You know, with it just being EA, it's a sinking ship.
Man, I'm telling you, you guys bringing up these N64 references, man, you make me excited. So, there's so much, but we're gonna go on to the next topic, and that's with Nintendo Switch Online. Now, it's been data mined, and it's pretty much confirmed at this point. But confirmed. I'm not gonna say it's confirmed, but it's assumed. It's heavily assumed that we're gonna get Super NES games for the Nintendo Switch as a part of the Nintendo Switch Online service. Now, my question is, are we getting all the data mine games leaked are we getting all those games at once? Or are they going to release like 2 or 3 games per month? And in my opinion, I feel as though they can step up the pacing a little bit, releasing about 4 to 6 games per month, where a lot of at least with the NES games, a lot of the games are a little underwhelming. I personally feel as though if you're going to release more Super NES games, to release these games at least on a bi-weekly schedule instead of a monthly schedule, so people could at least look forward to playing these other games outside of their main games. Because let's face it, most of us have played these games before, most of us have beaten these games before, so we're not looking to play these games from start to finish again. If anything, it's for the nostalgic value to play with, as you guys mentioned earlier, with the new Mario U game. You can play these games with a spouse or a child, because they're easy 2D games that you could play with, and especially if you want to teach someone how to play a video game, they're easy to play. And the fact that you have an online aspect for these games, I'm not gonna lie, it'd be pretty cool to play Super Mario World with some of my friends online. That's another feature that I would look forward to. So my question to you guys is, do you guys feel the current pacing of the NSO, NES, and possible Super NES games is good where it's at, or should they ramp it up?
Yeah, I think you got the camera like stuck on me. People
Oh.
just watch me put my shoes on.
Why? I don't know why my camera did that. My bad. Well then, sorry guys. You just saw Rax. You just saw Rax tie his shoes.
So
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, so with Nintendo Switch, I kind of think that they're gonna take a page out of, like, Sony's book. You know how Sony gives you like a PS3, a VR game, a PlayStation 4 game? I think they'll probably end up doing something like you get a original Nintendo game and then a SNES game a month to try and like up the pacing there. I don't necessarily think we'll get something maybe bi-weekly, but in the month you'll get your 3 offerings of Nintendo games, and they'll probably add a SNES game in there, kind of to reinvigorate people's worth of the $19.99 a month. And I kind of think that might be the direction that they're going in, unless they're gonna do the, a la carte kind of style that they've done before, because that could also be a possibility.
Rufus said, "Is that Macaulay Culkin?" That actually worked. But that was actually a good point. I personally, and I'm going to speak more about this tomorrow, but I feel as though they should ramp up the speed, because honestly, when it came down to the marketing of the Nintendo Switch Online, the focus has always been on these NES games. Most of the marketing, most of the Twitter videos I've seen, it's NES games, NES games, NES games, and there's no real improvement to the mobile app. There's no real improvement to the actual online servers. So when I'm seeing more of a focus on this, I'm thinking this is where Nintendo is staking their value on, because you get to playing all these games at a Netflix type of value. And if you really calculate how much they ask per month and per year, it seems like that you're paying mostly for these games and not the online service. And I feel that actually gives the NSO a bad rap, a worse rap than what it really should have. If anything, there should be, like a side thing along with ramping up the actual pacing of the games. Like you said, you get about 3 or 4 games a month for one SNES game each month. If you do that, I would say that means you're getting like about 12 SNES games for the year, out of the 22 games they listed that were data mined, and it's going to just create more people complaining and create more bad press and more of a stigma towards this online service, which I feel as though they can turn around. It's still early. It's only been about 4 months. Exactly 4 months tomorrow, actually. It's only been 4 months, so they could still turn this whole ship around and make this into a real stellar online service. But what else do you guys think? Rax, you're player 2, y'all can take it from here.
You want to go first, Josh?
I mean, as far as the rate at which they appear, like, it's... I mean, because right now, how many NES games are we getting a month? Like, 2 to 4?
About, yeah, around that.
2 to 4. I mean...
actually, 2 to 6 if you include the special edition games.
Yeah, I don't include those. That's
okay.
Garbage.
Oh!
I'm sorry, that's just not appealing to me.
Yeesh.
But, I mean, as far as the rate, I mean, I feel like that's a reasonable rate at which they can release games, as long as they're really good, high-quality games. I'm not positive every Nintendo online game has been that. I mean, looking at this data mine list, I mean, they've got some pretty solid titles here, but there's also a few notable omissions, especially when you compare it to the SNES Classic. Like, you're not getting Super Mario RPG, you're not going to get... Let's see, what else did I see on here? You're not going to get Earthbound, which I feel like people would love to have that, so... I mean, I think the rate's fine, just as long as they can keep the quality up, which, I mean, if we know anything about the SNES, they had a ton of high-quality games, and I always thought that was one of the interesting things about the divide between the NES Classic and the SNES Classic. Like, yes, it had less games, but I would say those games were infinitely higher quality. Like, I would rather play the SNES Classic any day over the NES Classic.
Wait, what?
The SNES Classic Edition?
You say you'd rather play the NES over the SNES?
No, other way around.
I heard. I was like, wait a sec.
No, I love my NES growing up, and there's still some great games on it. I'm just saying, like, pound for pound, there were so many good titles on the SNES that, you know.
I'm about to say, Josh, you're 10 years older than us, aren't you? No, I'm just messing, but I definitely get you. I definitely understand that. I definitely understand that. But Rax, you have anything you want to add to that?
I mean, in all honesty, when it comes to like the pacing, just like Josh said, I really don't. It doesn't really matter to me. The people that don't have these games, listen, I've got stacks and stacks of Super Nintendo games, so all of this, I'll be totally blunt about it. I don't care. That's not why I got my Nintendo online service. Is it a great thing if it does come out? Absolutely. So I'm probably not the best person to ask that stuff, but yeah, I don't know.
Nah, fair enough. That's a fair enough reason, because like you said, you fit into the bracket I was talking about. Like you played all these games before, like you beaten all these games before. So is there any real value in you worrying about these games going to be online for me to play or not? You're getting your online service from just playing the regular online games like Splatoon or playing Smash Brothers. That's where you get your value.
You know what it is? It's my brain is elsewhere right now. So like, with things like Kingdom Hearts and Resident Evil coming out right now, and like we have a pretty strong year ahead of us already, and we haven't even heard of everything that's getting announced this year. So my mind is where are these new games, not so much where are all these old games that I've already played.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong. Like, I'll tell you like this. If it comes down to, if they actually do put something like Demon's Crest, a game that I literally actively searched out for, and you can see on my channel in my Too Many Games video.
Yeah, I know.
I went to specifically seek this game out, and I spent close to $100 for this one game. That is an absolute mind-blowing deal. If you can get Demon's Crest on this console, Super Ghouls and Ghosts is a great game. I mean, there are a ton of great games that were announced that may be coming. The value itself seems fantastic. The pacing, I don't care, because like these are games that I've been playing for years. So in terms of that, it's more for someone who probably hasn't experienced any of these games and wants more retro content to enjoy. I think that it's like a younger crowd that has kind of come to love the retro games just because it's something you know, new for them to experience, and a lot of like the newer indie titles that have this 8 and 16-bit style that have been extremely popular, like Celeste and Dead Cells and games like that. Like, I think that it's awesome to kind of bring the history of where games was over, and I think that that's the more exciting piece in terms of that whole program and everything that they're doing. But for someone like myself, you know, my mind is elsewhere, like I said.
I feel you. That. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I guess then I would be the opposite of Rax, because I'm a little bit younger. I actually started on the GameCube, so I never got to enjoy the original Nintendo or Super NES or even the N64. So hearing about these games actually excites me a lot. When I actually got the Nintendo Switch Online, I didn't even know that it came with those original games. So I was just going through them and like playing Smash, seeing older titles. Like, I've never played an F-Zero game. I've never played Castlevania. Never played an Earthbound game. I know, and these are games that hanging out with this guy that I want to play. Like, and hearing that Mario RPG and Earthbound aren't even going to be options on there, it kind of disappoints me. But I'm still looking forward to playing new games that my parents enjoyed and things like that. So.
Right, and I think that's a really good point, and I think that's a perspective we don't often consider, is because, you know, often, Avidan, I think a lot of our guests are kind of in the same age range, but for somebody who's a little bit younger that didn't grow up with these systems, or we did, I think that's a much higher value proposition. Like, of course they want easy access to these games that are super expensive in cartridge form now. If you can even find a system to play them in cartridge form that will work with your television.
Oh man, because you know, don't act PlayStation Classic about that.
I can't say anything. I got one.
I don't, and I'm not buying it. No. You could people say you get it for free. I'm like, no, that's clutter. I don't like clutter. I don't like clutter.
I just want to crack this system wide open. That's my only you know, real reason for grabbing it.
Nice. D-Dub said I almost bought a PlayStation Classic today. See, and you know what? Common sense kicked in and says no, no. I'm messing with you, D-Dub. D-Dub is cool. D-Dub has been supporting the channel for a long time. I was poking fun with him. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump into this next topic because I'm excited for this. A lot of people. You know, younger Dom, if you know, this is probably one of the games you probably would enjoy too, because Power Rangers is coming back, and this game is kin to the Power Ranger fighting games that were out when I was growing up on the Super NES, and even on the Sega Genesis had the action games. The Super NES had the fighting games, and the Power Ranger games back then that were fighting games was really cool. It was a lot of fun. And seeing this game, seeing that you even have the original green/white Ranger endorsing this game, he's in the game ad and everything. It really makes me want to say I'm gonna go all in and get the collector's edition. Not only that, because there's a lot of value into that collector's edition. Your player too, and the rest of you guys, I don't know if you guys saw it, but there's just so much more. It's worth it, in my opinion, just to go ahead and get that $40 edition. But I've noticed something when I was reading this, and they stated that there'll be crossplay between Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Sony was not mentioned. And the reason why I want to bring this up, because recently Sony has been open to crossplay with Fortnite. Just recently, earlier this week, Sony is now offering crossplay with Rocket League. So my question is Sony going to be late on the wagon again with this, or are they going to stick to their guns of not cross-playing with this game? What do you guys think?
I mean, I don't know that... I'm not going to sit here and say Power Rangers doesn't have its fans. I know it does, but I don't know if that's going to have the same broad sweeping appeal of Rocket League or... oh my gosh, I'm blanking out. What'd you just say?
Fortnite.
Help me. Thank you, Fortnite. Only one of the most popular games in like the collective minds of the public right now. But as far as how I feel about just the game, period, I was not a big Power Rangers fan. I'm not opposed to it. I think I started to like it a little bit more maybe later on. slightly, but like I don't know, for me at that age, I was more into like Batman the animated series and Power Rangers. I was just like
that show was amazing. That's the best Batman cartoon of all time.
It's so good. Even the animated flick, Master of Phantasm, amazing movie. But
I still
weirdly enough,
so Josh,
tell me. Oh, sorry.
I still have that VHS.
Mask of the Phantasm?
Yes.
Oh, that's so good.
I still have that VHS. So
well, like that's like as far as Power Rangers go, like I think it's kind of a fun schlocky premise. I think that's neat. But weirdly enough, I do have one complete inbox Power Rangers game that I was told this was amazing. That was the Power Rangers movie game because I heard it was an incredibly good beat 'em up, and I was supposed to play that with a buddy of mine. But I mean, like the game, at least from the footage I've seen, it looks neat, I guess. And if they do it well, that's awesome. But as far as Sony not bringing crossplay, not really surprising to me. But
it's Sony.
Their track record's not great, right? It's Sony. Like that's all.
It's Sony. That's all you can't say at the end of the day. None of the Game Collector says, I can't wait for the new Power Rangers game. My favorite one from back in the day is the one from the movie on Sega, which you just showed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that game was a lot of fun with Ivan Ooze. Tony says, "Sup, Avidan and the rest of the cast." Spoilers? Wait, what?
I was supposed to play with my buddy. I didn't play it yet, but I guess now I know that. Thanks, Avidan.
Oh.
I'm never watching Power Rangers again.
You didn't watch it first time.
That's fair.
Anyone have anything they want to chime in with that?
The Power Rangers game?
Yeah.
Man, I watched that trailer and it looked like crap.
Wow.
I mean,
I'm sorry, man, but it's like it looks like a mobile game on the console. It looks like crap. Let's be honest.
I thought I was gonna get some Injustice vibes from it. I thought it'd be alright.
I mean, if Injustice was like 3 frames per second.
And they didn't show very much either, to be fair. I didn't think for like a reveal there was not a lot shown in that.
There wasn't much.
It looks like stop motion. All right, so like when the characters are moving, it's like I'm like, what the hell is that?
Well, I'll say when we see the final reveal, then we'll basically know. But it's in terms of graphics, and everything. I'm not gonna sit here because I got hyped over of Ultimate Alliance 3. And Ultimate Alliance 3 wasn't the most graphically appealing to me, but I was hyped because I was a huge fan of Ultimate Alliance when it was out on the Wii and on other consoles. So I didn't have a PS3 back then. Like, funny story about this, guys. I had a Wii when all my friends had a PS3 and an Xbox 360. I was that friend.
So was I.
So, but yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying. The creators actually came out though. They did confirm that this is not a port from the mobile game and it's built from the ground up. So, to what you're saying, I would actually want to see more of the actual game itself.
This game's coming out in April, right?
It is.
Yeah, I just looked at it.
April.
Yeah, I mean,
it's my birthday. So
there we go.
I will be.
Has a chance.
But I don't know if I'll buy that game for my birthday. I'll probably buy something else. I'll probably buy myself a camera.
It'll be competing with Mortal Kombat though.
When does Mortal Kombat come out again?
April.
Oh, they didn't give a definitive date.
I think it's April 23rd.
Yeah, I know it's April. I just didn't know what date.
Yeah, April 23rd.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a. All right, I'm gonna say something now, and this is probably gonna be another 1,000-year door moment for me, but it is what it is. I haven't been into Mortal Kombat since Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Yeah, actually, MK4. I'll go up to MK4. MK4 was like the last Mortal Kombat that I actually enjoyed.
That's not a terrible thing to say.
Every other Mortal Kombat was kind of like to me. Even 10. 10 was like to me.
Wait, let me get this straight. You're saying 4 was the good one, and the other ones were
No, that was the last one I played. So 1 through 4.
That's a weird position to take, but I'll bite.
1 through 4 is what I played up to. It's kind of like what Killer Instinct was to me. After Gold, when it came back out again on Xbox One, I was just not interested.
Yeah, same here.
So that's just me. So that's why you guys haven't seen anything from me on the channel about MK11, because I don't care. And I'm not gonna, force myself to put out content that I just don't care about. That's just me.
Injustice is just way better too.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
But as far as how I feel about Mortal Kombat, I like that it's a series that I've grown up with in gaming, right? I remember like the first time we saw Blood and this massive controversy sort of unfold because of what Mortal Kombat represented in the 90s. So the fact that the series is still going, the fact that we're on a Mortal Kombat 11 it makes me happy just on that merit alone. As far as how, like any other series, it's had its high and low points. But I mean, I'll probably pick it up just because I like ultra violence. I'm a big fan. So,
all right, cool. So, all right, so I'm gonna have a fun question for you guys. I have 2 fun questions actually. First, who saw Soulja Boy's interview on the Breakfast Club?
I saw the whole.
No.
Oh, okay. This dude literally said,
the biggest comeback of 2018.
I'm trying to like to really fathom the dude. What's going on, MC? The dude said all the games are licensed. He has all approved licenses on the Soulja Boy console.
no.
Like, no, you don't. And I just laughed at it. I laughed at it because even Charlamagne was just looking at him like, we know you BSing right now. That was the funny part. But D-Dub without, all right, I don't know why it showed like that. D-Dub, we're gonna chill on that, even though we don't agree with the man. So let's not use this platform to bash him. That's one thing I'm gonna say. That's one thing we're not gonna do. We're not gonna sit here and just bash him out of nowhere and call him out of his name. That's not cool. We're not gonna do that here. He's tripping. He's crazy for doing that, huh?
Who's tripping?
No, Soulja Boy for going on the air and trying to sell everyone like this is his console and everything, and trying to compare the iPhone, the fake iPhones in China to the real iPhones here in America, and trying to do that comparison. He's tripping for doing that, but I'm not gonna go ahead and call him out his name. Yeah, I get he called us out first, but I'm older than him. Let me set a better example. So. Sebastian C said it's not counterfeit. They just don't want to.
What's a Blackman?
Oh man, Sebastian, Sebastian, we're gonna leave that one alone. He did pull the race card, and I shook my head at it because out of everyone that I respected that I watch, let me rephrase that. Most people I respected I watch, they didn't use that. They were just going after the issue itself and never once came after him. And it was calling out the issue as if the issue was called out as if we called out EA. As if we called out any other company that was acting up. Soulja Boy is a sole proprietor of his own brand, of his own company, so he's on Front Street. When you're not covered by the umbrella of a company or LLC, it's like you're the face of your company, you're going to get the blunt of the scrutiny. That's just what it is. And you have to be prepared for that. Him reacting the way he's been reacting to this is only showing his age. You know, I'm not saying that I'm much older than him. He's 2 years younger than me, but it's like when you're still in your late 20s and you're still trying to make it and you're still trying to make relevancy from your rap career by going on reality TV shows, you're trying to do whatever it takes to stay relevant. You're in desperation mode. And I get that. I understand that. But there's better ways to go about that, especially in 2019. I almost said 2018. Especially in 2019. There are far greater ways to reinvent yourself and to put yourself out there in a new and better light and to improve upon yourself. So for him to do this, I laugh. I'm not gonna lie. I laugh at him as if I saw someone slip on the floor. If I saw someone just like slip on the floor and I know they're not hurt, it's that kind of laugh I'm doing at you. But at the same time, I feel for him because I feel as though he's gonna keep spiraling down deeper and deeper and deeper into this hole to the point that he can't get up. So, Soulja Boy got 30 mil. What you talking about, Avidan? So he claims a lot of that.
No, his net worth.
That's yeah.
30 mil. They said.
That's net worth. That doesn't mean he has that much money. So yeah, if he had $30 million, do you think he'll be on a reality show right now? He needs the money. That's just the truth. So
I don't know, man. If he had 30 mil, I still think he'd do it just because he likes the attention.
True.
It's true.
But the other fun question I wanted to ask, and I don't know how many of you guys are into anime, but how many of you guys seeing Dragon Ball Super this weekend?
That's a hard pass.
That's a hard pass for you?
Just because I wouldn't have any context for what I was watching.
Yeah, because you like that Dragon Ball Evolution movie, don't you?
I didn't see it. I haven't watched it since 2001 when I watched Dragon Ball Z.
I'm just messing with you.
I need you to give me a re-education sometime, Avidan. Just like set some time aside for me.
We'll talk. Like Jake told you where to start watching.
I can never remember what Jake tells me. He's always yelling at me. Tell me where to start, Jake, and just put it in the chat. I'll screenshot it.
Nah, KG, we're not going to spoil it. We're not going to spoil the series, and we're not going to spoil the movie. I'll just say make sure you don't watch the second half of my video tomorrow because my review, the first half is going to be just a regular review. Second half is going to be spoiler talk. I'm going to reiterate that again, so don't watch the second half of my video if you don't want to be spoiled. Fair warning in advance.
Well, put a disclaimer before you get to that part.
I'm going to do both. I'm going to do both.
This is the part where I talk about where Broly dies.
And it's like, whoops. But that's pretty much it. We're gonna open this up to Q&A. Does the chat have any questions they want to ask us in the cast? We still got some time. So do you guys have any questions for us? And we'll rock on from here. So Dom. So what games I would say with Pokemon. Have you heard that they might be pushing back Pokemon for this year into 2020? And if so, what do you think about that?
I haven't heard that, but it wouldn't necessarily surprise me. But at the same time, with Nintendo's offerings this year, I kind of feel like the Pokemon is a need. I feel like they constantly need that fourth quarter big game that's going to be a system seller. So I don't know if they can. I don't know if they can push it back. I don't know if they can do that.
Well, the rumor has it they're pushing it back due to the fact that they want it to be as good as Breath of the Wild.
Ooh. Oh, I heard about that.
And I want to point something out. Chips, if you're still in the chat, this is something I just thought about now. Some people said, it should release during the end of the year to get those end of the quarter sales. But I want to point something else out. If it releases in the spring, it could still be a big holiday title. And I referenced Breath of the Wild towards that. Breath of the Wild was a huge game that sold in fall of 2017. I mean, winter 2017. So if it's as good as Breath of the Wild, the new Pokemon 8th gen game. That's the game I'm talking about, Chips. But to go ask you guys this. I know you because you're a good Pokemon fan. You said they can't afford to push it back. But do you think that a Metroid Prime with multiplayer and online would be able to take its place?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think we want that more than anything. Right? Even I'll push back Pokemon. I'll push it back till summer 2020. If I get Metroid this year. I mean, absolutely.
That's the trump card. I think what they're trying to do with Metroid. And guys, this is all speculation. I would like to see Metroid to be an online multiplayer game. Or have an online multiplayer aspect to it. I feel as though that would change the face of it instead of it being just a regular straight through first person shooter.
Wait, what? You're saying that Metroid is gonna have multiplayer?
I said I would like it to have multiplayer. I'm not. Yeah.
I don't know. I want to see how the controls are first. Just don't get me wrong. That that's not a bad idea, but just if we're talking like multiplayer. I don't know. I gotta see those controls first.
Let's just say it would have to rival Halo or something close to be that. And I'm making the expectations that high because people are going to expect it to be that high. So, let's see. Do we have any?
Well, they did try that with Prime Echoes, didn't they? When Prime Echoes came out on the GameCube, didn't they try the 4-player split screen multiplayer stuff that didn't really pan out for them?
That was
I actually heard that was pretty good, but I don't remember playing it myself.
Was that was that Other M? Was that no? That wasn't Other M, right? You said Prime Echoes.
Yeah, I think it was Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, like the one that had like the shiny, reflective, holographic box, looked very cool.
That one I haven't played. Chris Levi says, "Hey guys, being a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 3, which is coming out soon. You guys hype for it? And how do you feel it will sell? All right, so because I have other important matters I have to put my money towards, I don't think I'm getting Kingdom Hearts during opening week. I may have to wait to get that game. I may have to wait a while to get that game, actually. Excuse me. But in terms of getting it, I still plan on getting it. I might get it sometime in February, hopefully, or either February or March when I get that game. I feel as though the game's going to do good. Hopefully, I hope this is the end. I hope this is like the final closing of the game, because the game has so many brackets towards it. It has a prequel, it has the mainline series, it has so many sub-series towards it. I want it just to all tie together and just close out. And if they do it well, I feel initially, because this game has waited for so long, I personally feel initially we may not see blowout sales, but it may be one of those games that sells really good over time. Kind of like Breath of the Wild did. Breath of the Wild, in its first month, I think it sold like 2.5 mil. And over time, it just kept selling consistently throughout the year. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be that type of game. It's going to be that game that just sells good all throughout the year. And hopefully it does good. Anyone else? Okay. Chris Lee, I guess your question is this. I guess I'll take it. What's going on, Nicholas? Let's see. KG said Metroid Trilogy will release this year. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Tony says, speaking of Dragon Ball, I now have Android 17 for Dragon Ball Fighters. He is hacked. That's what I'm gonna say. He is a hack character. I should play that game more often. We may actually play that game tomorrow night, guys. Along with Smash.
I would play that.
You have it too, right?
I have it.
Cool.
I still love the game.
So we may play that, and we may actually play that and Smash tomorrow, guys.
Nice.
Jump. By the way, if you guys are into Jump Force, it's an open beta. There's an open beta available. I think it's happening now, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, the open beta is for Jump Force. So make sure you guys go ahead if you want to try out that game. If you have a PS4, it's available on Steam too, right? Because if it is, I'm gonna play it on Steam. I want to see it on how it looks on this computer. That's what I'm getting at. I'm gonna play it on this computer. I'm gonna play because I have a powered up PC that's built for gaming. and I don't play enough games on it, so I'm gonna get Jump Force on this. So let's see. I can't wait to see that 90-year-old woman play the new Animal Crossing. This guy.
Yeah, that was a cool video.
This guy. MC said, what about Anthem? Any thoughts on EA this year?
I'm cautiously optimistic about Anthem. I think it looks kind of neat, but, you know,
I'm scared, man, because it's like, Anthem looks like it could be so good. Anthem looks like it could be, like, that breakout EA game. It looks like it could be the game that could free them from all of the tomfoolery they have caused for the entire year of 2018 and 2017 and prior to that. It feels like that game can redeem them, but my question is, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, what if this game sucks? What if this game is so good, but it has so many? What if it has a paywall? What if there's stupid loot boxes to say to save your game you need to spend?
What if it's made by EA? Wait.
Oh, the only thing that kind of gives me pause about Anthem is like, so your primary means of transportation is just like basically flying around in your armor, right?
Yes.
There's no secondary thing for transport.
Well, confirmed, at least, initially.
Okay. Because I was saying, like, that's one of the things I kind of liked about Destiny is, like, being able to customize your Sparrow and everything. I know it's a small thing, but that's the other thing I'm concerned about. It's like, yes, it looks like this big, beautiful world, but at the same time, I'm like, is this just going to get boring? Are there going to be enough, like, you know, interesting things happening in this giant world to keep me, you know, engrossed in it? I don't know, because I feel like, at least in Destiny 2, I feel like everywhere I would go on a particular planet, I would always run into something that was going on. There felt like there was a sense of progression, but I don't know if I would get that same vibe from Anthem.
Fair enough. KG said, anyone excited for Spellbreak?
Yes. Yes. Am I the only one? No one else? All right.
I don't know what that is.
I was about to say the same thing. It's like, I never heard of it, so...
So Spellbreak is it is a battle royale game that is completely mage. Yeah, it's a mage one.
I'm looking
So
up
there's no
an
guns,
Alpha 3 teaser.
You have different classes that you can choose from, and there's not been a lot that's been confirmed on it yet. Because
It looks
they're
like
not
Breath of
allowed
the
to
Wild.
game. Yeah, exactly.
That's weird.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
It's a battle royale game I'm considering playing, and I'm definitely anti battle royale. So
I may actually try. I may actually try this.
I'm down for trying this.
Yeah, they haven't really described or shown at all how the looting system's gonna work or how the class system works, but the class system is definitely something that's making them different, and obviously magic. So
Very cool.
I need to go ahead and get this. Let me see. In Battlefield 4 was lame and a bait and switch. Chris Levi said, as long as they don't do what they did with Mass Effect, I'm good with Anthem. Jakin said, Chillcast crew, just wondering, what was the make of your first car, high school mascot? Wait,
Volkswagen GTI VR6.
honestly,
It was a 1989 Corsica LT that was two-toned.
Mazda 3, 2005.
2016 Honda Civic.
I'm taking
Brat.
damage right now.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah. Dragon Gamer is called Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Or it's Battle of the Grid.
1999. Big World's hot.
Yeah, Battle for the Grid. Yeah.
Jakin.
Why I answered security questions? It was a joke. Cause that's not in one of my security
I don't use
questions.
that. Yeah. We thought about that one.
Not at all one of my security questions. Plus, who actually answers those questions accurately?
I don't remember what my school mascot was. I was high through all that time. I don't know.
Now KEG's really trying to get into it.
Oh.
My first pet's name was Gengar.
Hey, I like it.
Kevin.
Am I
Kevin
ta-
was my first best name.
But am I
Really
time?
answering this?
No.
This
We're
just
giving this
in,
guy everything.
Sonya Blonde is the Raw Women's Champion.
He's just gonna be like, I'm in your Yahoo now.
Wow. I haven't watched WWE. So we were just talking about this last week. I kind of just gave up on it. When, you know, I think I'm going to be done with watching wrestling when Undertaker finally retires and he becomes inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Wait, I thought that old dude retired.
No, he did.
Jesus Christ, he's gonna like freaking be cremated in the ring.
Wow.
That doesn't sound too far for what may even happen.
Well, it's like final cage match. Combusts.
I just can't get with wrestling anymore. It's boring. It's like I didn't get the one match that I wanted. I wanted one match, and I wanted this to happen when they were both in their prime. Undertaker versus Goldberg at WrestleMania. That's all I wanted.
I wanted Stone Cold versus himself.
Didn't that actually happen? Didn't that actually happen? You know, you had a fake Stone Cold.
I know there was like a fake Sting at one point, right? There was like Sting versus Sting.
There was.
It's like Sting, why are you being Sting? I don't know, Sting, why are you Sting? Oh, let's sting each other.
But we're actually gonna start closing it out here. It's been fun. Thank you guys for coming through. Since the camera's on you guys, super big shout out to the Game Looters. Guys, make sure you guys, we have 22 people here following, watching. If you guys are not following them already, make sure you go ahead and give them a follow. As you see, these guys are awesome dudes. They know their stuff.
Yeah.
They live stream. They are on Mixer. They're on Twitch. They do it all. So make sure you go ahead and follow them. There is their link if you don't have it. And guys, so much to challenge. Tell me what you got coming up next.
So up next, me and this guy, we're gonna be doing more Pokemon stuff. We're getting into some randomizers. We're probably gonna end up getting a Sea of Thieves, and later this month, Resident Evil 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3 is what you'll be able to find on our channel.
Nice. Nice. Jake, it says, Don, you did a great job. Don, step your game up, bruh.
Who's Don?
Wait. Was I the one that has to step my game up?
I like how it's confused. It's like we're gonna be questioning it all night.
So Rax, I see Rax, you've been streaming a lot more lately, man.
Oh, is that a lot? Twice?
Hey, twice a week. That's a whole lot more from what from anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to get all the obstacles out of my way so I can get back on the grind, man.
I feel you.
You know, I've kind of, I was getting frustrated because like I wasn't able to work on videos after work and everything. So my whole plan is to kind of just like live stream after the days that I'm working, and then try to work on like edited content on my days off. So I'm hoping that works out. And then also like in about a week or two, I'll be making my own schedule. So I'll be able to have, 3 days off from there. And hopefully that helps, ramp up the edited videos as well.
Nice. And you're going to too many games this year, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely looking at it. I'm going to start saving up money and put money aside for everything. So I'm
like we can talk afterwards because I'm trying to room with somebody over at Too Many Games. So
cool. I'll definitely let you know. And you're a player too.
Yes.
What you got coming up for the channel, man?
So YouTube stuff that's coming out on the channel. I've got a review of a dolly coming out because I can actually do orbit shots now. So if you want like a cool kind of rotating shot of a product or a game or something like that you want to do, it's a piece of equipment that lets you do it. It's not overly expensive, but it's pretty neat. Beyond that, other things I'm doing is I'm actually going to be doing like a content series for about 4 to 6 weeks where I'm going to be talking about evergreen versus topical versus tentpole and what those different terms mean in regards to videos and how you can make YouTube videos that basically suit different needs and kind of perform different functions to bring you value and to bring your viewers value. And then for more fun stuff, video game related, I'll definitely be streaming some Ghostbusters probably next week. And I think I'm going to put out a video that is, I should have done at the end of 2018. I didn't get a chance to. I just want to do like a My Switch collection 2018 and really look at every title I've got. And then maybe do it again at the end of 2019 and kind of see how my collection's evolved. So I'll probably be going through every physical Switch game I've got, including like the limited run stuff and a couple of games that I imported at an exorbitant cost. It was probably a stupid idea, but I did it anyways. So
nice. I'm actually looking forward to that, because that's gonna be actually really helpful, you know, in terms of, you know, people trying to grow. You're gonna include. Do you think you're gonna be able to include, like, you know, like proper taggings of your videos, and you think you're gonna include that probably in your videos and do a series about that?
I would be down to do a proper series after I myself have a better understanding of it. Like, I'll use a few different tools to research like long tail keywords and try to get an idea of what's likely to rank well for search. But this is really more centered on things just like, you know, there are channels out there that do content that is, you know, 100% topical content, but they don't do stuff that has, you know, the staying power to last for months or years necessarily. On the flip side, if you have a channel, the only thing you do is talk about stuff that stays, you know, valuable forever, well, then you still don't look like you really know your industry or that relevant if you can't really speak, you know, intelligently to some of the things that are happening, whether that's in gaming or movies or whatever it is that your YouTube channel is about, I guess. But I guess I'm just going to go through like the benefits of both approaches and why I think personally that having a good mix of both is a pretty decent strategy.
Definitely. Let's talk more about that off stream, because that sounds really dope. But if anything, I'm actually looking forward to seeing those videos, because that's going to really help, you know, a lot of people out. That's
sure.
It helps. It, you know, some of your older videos, you know, help me, you know, to get to the point where I'm at today. So definitely looking forward to it.
I love hearing that. Anytime I hear somebody say like, "Hey, your video helped me," it's really a nice counterbalance with people who are just like, you know, you screw this edit up right at 37 seconds. Like, thanks for that, appreciate it.
Yeah, Fire Blast was good, man. We're about to close out Fire Blast, so as you guys know, this is Avidan Smith. Thank you guys for coming by. I actually, and our Mary says, so your video airs. Congrats on the, thank you so much. About that video, guys, that video was long overdue. I wanted to do that video literally back when I first hit my 1,000 subs, and it's between all life situations, I fell out of my groove, and then when I looked on the calendar, I noticed that it was approaching around the year around the time I hit my first 100 subs. So I was like, wait a second, what day was that? So I looked back and I saw that it was actually today, January 18th, and this is the same day where I actually came in contact of meeting your player 2, came in contact of meeting Rax the Great, came in contact and meeting RGT85, and a few other people, even Russ Lyman. So there was so many cool people that I've met exactly a year ago today, and for me personally, I'm really looking forward to just growing, you know, more with you guys. So thank you guys for supporting. With that, I'm gonna just let you guys know now, I'm working on a schedule on I'm still deciding when I'm gonna do streams in between this, but I'm working on a schedule to have edited content for you guys between Wednesday and Sunday. I want to try to give Wednesday and Sunday, give myself Mondays off, Monday and Tuesdays off, Wednesday through Sunday, give you guys videos. So we're gonna see how that works. Just wish me the best of luck. I'm really feeling the need to go a lot harder this year. I like the fact that I hit my first 1K subs in less than a year, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to just reaffirm everyone's trust in me that I can do this. So thank you guys for supporting me for so long, and especially if you've been here since the first 100 subs and before that. So thank you guys. We're gonna go ahead and close out. If you guys are watching the replay, and first of all, before I do this, thank you for all the chat. You guys have been awesome. You guys have been talking throughout the whole time. You guys stayed from start to finish. Love that. Thank you for contributing to such great conversations as well. So take it easy, and we're going to close this out. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you share this with a friend. This is your player 2, Rax the Great, Dom, and Avidan, and we're out. Peace!